Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to the SWG podcast, where we discuss strength, wellness, and growth. And today I wanted to talk about specifically growth and something that's really been very, very helpful for me, definitely in the last 3, almost 4 years of my career. And that is mentorship. You know, we live in a time, luckily, that mentors are easily accessible. You can literally collect them. And it just depends on how deep you want to go and how much you want to invest into that. But it's really accessible mostly for free these days. And inevitably, I found myself diving deeper into their teachings and materials naturally. And your mentor is going to be different than my mentors. For me, a few of my top mentors are Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone, Ty Lopez, and amongst a few others. A new one that I'm really fascinated with is Tillman Fertitta, the owner of Mastro's, among many other restaurants and resorts. He's the host of a show called The Billionaire Maker on TV. I think that's what it's called, or Billionaire Buyer. But I consume a ton of information every single day. I started this process about 3 years ago, where I decided to start filling all the time. And this is how I started, so maybe this will help you figure out, where is that extra time that you need? Because it exists. Everybody says they don't have enough time. We're all very busy, but there are times that exist in all of our days that you can actually fill with time to study your mentors. And for me, I have a really crazy habit. I like to wake up at 3 a.m. and get my day started super early when the world is quiet and I can think best. So what I started doing a few years ago is I started really easy and slow. First, I started at the gym. Typically, I'd be listening to music like most people on my headphones at the gym. And I started really easy by listening to motivational speeches on YouTube on my phone. And then from there, it went into even deeper courses, audio books. I used a service called Skillshare, where you can get online courses for like $10 a month. So again, super accessible. YouTube, of course, super accessible. Then I started buying the audiobooks of the mentors that I was finding on social media and on YouTube, buying Grant's books and courses, Tony Robbins, all those guys, and just listening to it at the gym. The gym then started to expand into my other moments of my life that I would fill with entertainment. So I like to constantly be stimulated. So I have literally a monitor in every single room of my house. I've got one in the bathroom, the kitchen, the living room, the bedroom, and I'm constantly consuming content. But before, I used to just have entertainment on all of those different TVs, so I'd go from room to room and constantly be entertained. Well, I replaced that. So listening to the mentors at the gym turned into listening to all of that stuff and consuming their content while I'm driving, and then into the home. And then I just expanded that and decided I'm going to have a rule that before the sun comes up, I'm not going to consume any entertainment. I'm just going to listen to my mentors, constantly full immersion in their content. And that wasn't even where I'm just constantly paying attention, but my subconscious mind is at least hearing the information and it's being hammered into me. And oftentimes I'm listening to the same thing over and over again. So on repeat, the same audiobooks, the same courses, the same speeches and engagements, going over the same content over and over until it just became ingrained in my brain. And so I've been doing that for 3 years now, and it's completely changed my life. And now it's one of those things where I look back and I was like, why was I not doing that in the past 10 years? There were times in my former careers or jobs where I would be bored and I would just have some kind of, I'd like watch a movie on Netflix or put some kind of entertainment on YouTube. And I just think back, if I could go back 10 years and replace all of that blank time, all the time I spent driving around, all the time I spent in between work, just kind of trying to entertain my mind. If I just spent that time consuming knowledge, then I would be even further than I am today. So I like to think about mentors like collecting baseball cards. You can literally have a collection, or your fantasy football team. You can literally have all your all-star players with you. And I have done things that I think, this will sound a little funny to people, but I've been in situations where I'm in a very important meeting or in an interview or just different really critical business ventures, and I literally channel I'll summon up the appropriate mentor at that time for that situation, and either literally mimic them or at least their teachings. And I'll actually sometimes even envision that they're there with me in the room like an imaginary friend, and grab their confidence and use that confidence and their support to push through whatever resistance I'm facing, or really impress the person at the other end of the negotiation. So I really hope this is helpful. I wish somebody told me about this a long time ago. And granted, technology wasn't what it is today 10 years ago, but the moral is there's no better time to collect mentors than today, and really use all of your time wisely to strengthen and grow your mind. Well, my friends, thank you for listening. If you like this, please drop me a like. Please tell a friend. If you have suggestions, or if you'd like to be a guest on my podcast talking about anything related to your strength, wellness, and growth, just let me know. I'd love to have you on. Until next time, my friends, take care.